All right, so this video is all about the top 5 places to live here in the city of Murrieta, California. I'm gonna give you my list 1 through 5. I'm gonna give you the highlights and what I think makes those different areas and neighborhoods so great. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, hey again, my name is Justin Short. I'm a realtor and team leader with the Short Real Estate team here at Keller Williams. We are here in the Temecula California and Murrieta California area. And this video is all about the city of Murrieta. We're going to talk about the 5 best places to live. We're going to talk about the 5 best neighborhoods and what I think makes them so great. We're going to get into all the information, but if you are liking real estate videos like this, please do me a favor. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. Obviously it helps me, it helps my channel. We have new videos that we have coming out each and every week. And then if you have any real estate questions, of course, I'd love for you to reach out. You can see my information either down below or at the end of the video. You can feel free, you can call, you can text, or you can email. Happy to chat with you, point you in the right direction, hopefully give you some good advice. Or of course, if I can help you out with your home search, I'd love to do that as well. So we'll get into all the information. So we're gonna go over the top neighborhoods and in just kind of like a general disclaimer and I guess rule of thumb up front. So a lot of times when I'm helping you guys and especially when you're from out of the area, maybe you don't know the city of Murrieta very well, really the question that you're gonna have is, hey, I wanna make sure I don't buy a home in a bad area or in a bad neighborhood. What are the areas I really wanna stay away from, right? And the truth is the city of Murrieta overall is a really, really, really nice place to live. It is super squeaky clean. It is a very clean suburb that is very, very safe. And overall, just a really, really great quality of life. I typically tell people probably 99% of the city is going to be a really, really nice place to live. There's, probably one neighborhood that I can think of that probably isn't a super great neighborhood. You could pull it up. It's over off of Murrieta Hot Springs. There's like the one section that has a bunch of like multifamily housing, so like triplexes and quadplexes and stuff like that. They're all basically rentals. They're not something that's ever going to pop up in like a home search that you would be doing with me or traditional realtor. So wouldn't be something you'd ever see, but if you're renting a place, you might find something that's there. It's kind of more like an apartment type deal, but just the neighborhood isn't super great, and would not be an area I would recommend most people check out. So that's kind of the one area, but overall 99% of the city is going to be a really, really nice place to live. And so when I go over the best neighborhoods, it's just I'm highlighting really what I think my favorites are, and I'll tell you kind of why that is and what makes them so great. But again, overall, city of Murrieta is going to be a really nice place, and you don't have to really worry too much about living on the wrong side of the block or living in a bad neighborhood, because they're so new, it's so safe, it's so squeaky clean. I think it's going to be a really nice place for you and your family overall. So we'll get in my list. So number 1. So my favorite neighborhood and what I think is the top neighborhood here in the city of Murrieta is the Murrieta Ranchos. So if you look at like kind of on a map and kind of location wise where this is at, this is located in West Murrieta. And if you've seen any of my other videos, I kind of mentioned that West Murrieta tends to be the most desirable part of Murrieta, and it tends to be the most expensive. There's a lot of reasons for that. One of the reasons, it's so close to the freeway. It makes so in Murrieta Ranchos, it's really easy to get onto the 15 freeway, or really even the 215. There's also plenty of shopping close by, grocery stores, all your schools, all your daily errands and activities that you would do on a normal basis are going to be just within a couple minutes, so it makes it super, super convenient. But the reason I like that neighborhood and why it's so popular is, one, they are really, really big lots. So they're typically about a quarter acre to a half acre lots. So they're bigger lots. They're very, very wide. It's still like a tract home, so it's still like a mass builder went in and built all these guys up. So they're all pretty uniform, right? So it's not they're not like custom built or anything like that, but they're big, huge lots. They're all single stories. They pretty much all have I think almost all of them have 3-car garages. The vast majority have 3-car garages. Single story, very open, very, very low property taxes, so that very little amount of special assessments, and there's no HOA. So It's a really, really great place to live. Because there's no HOA, a lot of the lots have RV parking or boat parking if you're looking for anything like that. And they have a lot of cool things. So like you might find something that has like a detached garage that someone's converted to a workshop, a detached garage that someone's converted to an ADU. A lot of people have, there's a lot of properties with pools. Because you're all single stories in the neighborhood, most of the lots are super, super private. So you don't have a lot of neighbors looking in on top of you and whatnot, because everyone's just a one story around you. So I think it's a really, really great place to live. Most people, if they have the budget and they are looking for more of a tract home type setup, and they don't really want like a big property, this is an area that's really going to be on their list, and it's something that it's a favorite of mine, and really something I would recommend most people decide to check out. So that's number one. Number two on my list is the neighborhood of Copper Canyon. So Copper Canyon is also in West Murrieta, which again tends to be a really desirable place for people to live. And it has a lot of the same features that the ranchos have. So it's very, very close. So the location is really good. It's only about a mile, maybe a mile and a half away from the Murrieta Ranchos. So the location's still really good. Again, there's no HOA there, so which I think is a plus. You don't have to worry about any of the rules or anything like that to deal with. But the location is so great. There's a great elementary school that's located right in the middle of the neighborhood. The middle school and high school are very, very close. And again, you're on West Murrieta. They're going to be kind of on the newer side of homes, I guess. I guess they're built anywhere from like mid 2000s to 2010-ish or so. So maybe not the newest, but I just think the location's so great, the neighborhood's so great. I have a ton of friends that live there, and I think it's a really desirable place to live. So. Neighborhood number three is actually on the other side of the city. So neighborhood of Greer Ranch. So Greer Ranch is I think a really cool community, and it's the first community that has an HOA that we're going to talk about. So Greer Ranch is actually more on the northern portion of Murrieta, so kind of the north central portion. It's like right north of Clinton Keith Road, if you pull that up on your Google Maps or whatnot. But what makes it so great, it is a guard gated community. You do have an HOA, and it's not a cheap HOA, so it's a pretty significant HOA payment that's there. But the community is really nice. So it's guard gated, so it makes it super safe. There's a really great clubhouse there, community pool, community spa. There's a little gym, and just that the houses, the neighborhood itself, are so well taken care of. There's a lot of big, great houses in there, anywhere from probably 2,500 square feet to 4,500 square feet. And again, I think the location's really good. You're close to the freeways, and it's just a really well-kept upper end neighborhood, and something my wife and I, we actually tried to buy a few homes in there, and couldn't get our offer accepted at the time, but it was really a place that we tried to live. Sold many homes in there. I think it's a really great place for people to live. So neighborhood number four is a little bit different. So I'm going to call Central Murrieta. So this is I've kind of described it in some of the other videos, but if you look at the way the freeways are set up, you have the 15 freeway that runs pretty north and south, and then you have the 215 freeway that connects to the 15 and runs a little bit more northeast. It kind of creates a V, and that V gives you the three sections of Murrieta. So you have West Murrieta, Central Murrieta between the freeways, and then East Murrieta is east of the 215. So that area of Central Murrieta is what I'm talking about, and what I think makes it so desirable is the fact that, one, there's no HOA, two, there's very low property taxes in there, and three, it just tends to be a really affordable area to live. So I consider this to be more of like a bread and butter area for the city of Murrieta. Maybe it's not necessarily like the upper end neighborhoods of some of these fancier ones that we're going to talk about, but the homes are a little bit older. They're built anywhere from probably 1989 through 2000 or so, give or take a year or two, either way. So slightly older homes, but that gives you the low taxes. But because of that, the price point tends to be a little bit lower as well. So your price point's a little bit lower than the average price point in Murrieta. You could probably save $50,000, $100,000 or so. The location is great. You're really close to freeways. Again, you're super close to the schools. Again, still a very, very safe area. You're still, have all the other cool things that Murrieta has to offer. And it just, like I said, it tends to be a little bit more of a bread and butter area that has, I think, a lot of really nice homes in it, and it's going to be a little bit more affordable and an area that people really like to be just for the overall location. So that's number 4. And number 5, the area I'm talking about, is the neighborhood of Spencer's Crossing. So Spencer's Crossing is, I think it's the newest neighborhood that I'm talking about. Yep, the newest neighborhood. That's actually more on the northeast side. So it's East Murrieta, northeast, kind of on the border, getting very close to the border of Winchester out there. But it's a massive, massive community. There is an HOA there. It is not gated, but it's a really great community. There's a massive clubhouse. There's multiple community pools. There's walking trails. There's got to be over 2,500 homes out in Spencer's Crossing, so it's a massive, massive community. You get a lot of amenities by living there, and a lot of people like it because it is so new. So those homes are built anywhere from like 2010 up until probably 2022. So when you have a newer home, you tend to have those newer open concept layouts, right? Big kitchens, quartz counters, and all the cool stuff that is so popular today. So I think those are some of the things that make it so nice. Kind of the downside compared to the others, the property taxes there are a little bit higher than some of the other neighborhoods we're talking about. And then some people can feel like living in Spencer's Crossing is a little too far out for them, a little too far away from the rest of the city, even though there's a lot of construction that's kind of catching up to it and a lot of infrastructure that's being built around. So anyways, hopefully that's a good list for you guys. Those are my top 5 favorite neighborhoods and what I feel like are the best places to live in Murrieta. Murrieta Ranchos, Copper Canyon, Greer Ranch, Central Murrieta, and Spencer's Crossing. So hopefully it's good info. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and hopefully talk to you soon. Thanks.